Jordan's seriously fucking late again. This is like the 4th time he's been late. Like it's actually fucking ridiculous at this point. Like, ever since he got that new haircut, I think he's just been fucking like, it's so annoying. Like, fucking, he's probably. I love him though, but he's probably off filming like G.I. Jordan or something. You know,
Keep my name out your fucking mouth.
What?
Keep my name out your goddamn mouth.
What? You were here the whole time?
Welcome back to the Two Mates podcast, everybody. How are we fucking doing?
I'm good.
I wasn't asking you. I was asking them. How are you guys doing? Are you guys doing okay today? This video is sponsored by BetterHelp.
No, we still don't have any
We
sponsors
still are doing this for free.
yet.
21 episodes later.
Get keen for the next part of this episode. So we got a segment that might change that.
Little.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey.
How's your week been, Jordan?
Yeah, it's been alright, man. Actually, it's been pretty decent. You know, I went and saw my friends up at Sunshine Coast.
Hell yeah.
Met them, they're so sweet. Josh and Sarah. Shout out Josh and Sarah, the sweetest humans alive.
Shout out to Josh and Sarah.
Yes. Ramadan's starting tomorrow.
Ooh.
Oh, actually in like 45 minutes because it's 11:14 right now.
Oh, damn.
So yeah, getting keen to just starve all day.
I couldn't do that. I respect you for that, man.
I
I couldn't.
My first Ramadan, I don't know how I'm gonna. I don't usually eat during the day anyway, so it's like whatever, you know.
Yeah, but like what I think is like you'll know that you're not allowed to eat, and that will somehow make you hungry.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, you'll be like, I don't know, you'll know that you're not allowed to eat, but that'll
like make me more hungry.
Yeah,
that's probably gonna happen.
So
anyway.
I reckon you'll smash it out, bro.
Yeah. Well, we're going back to weekly episodes.
Yes, this is the big announcement. So, we are going back to weekly episodes.
Yeah, I'll keep you updated during the month of April.
We'll keep you updated. We'll probably make an Instagram post about it, but
yeah.
So for a little while we did every 2 weeks, and that was just because I started a new job and you were doing uni and work, and it was hectic for us. We couldn't do weekly. Yeah. But my job is great, and Friday, you know, the day that we record Friday, that's pretty easy for me to get over here.
Yeah.
You're not doing uni anymore.
No, sir.
And you got Fridays and Saturdays off.
And Thursdays, apparently, like just luck of the draw.
Oh, cool.
They just haven't rostered me for Thursdays, which is sweet.
But now, we're going back to weekly episodes. We're going to try and fucking get this podcast fucking in a lot of people's ears.
Yeah, get it in your brain.
Yes.
In your fucking right in there. Anyway, how's your week been, Riley?
It's been pretty good actually. Yeah, work's been great. Like today kind of sucked, but the rest of the days were pretty good. Because when it rains for me, because it rained on Monday, Tuesday, and a little bit on Wednesday.
Yeah.
I skipped like 4 steps of like what I have to do when I clean cars.
Nice, because of the rain.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you don't have to do windows or like chamois it. So it's been great for me, really. Like, just rock up and it's pretty easy. And also because customers bring in cars less.
Yeah,
because it's raining.
Yeah.
So it's just chill days. So yeah, good.
Just vibing it out.
Yeah, bro. You know it.
Yeah.
Other than that, what else has happened? Yesterday I was some chick I follow on Instagram who got hacked, and the Indian bloke who was on her account was just trying to trick me.
Racially profiling scammers.
No, actually I shouldn't do that. No, you're right. The person who
of unidentified descript
tried to hack me. I just didn't buy it.
Yeah, he's just so obvious.
It was like they sent me a thing. It was like, oh, if you can tell me a word that starts with Q and ends with N and it's a 5-letter word, I'll give you $1,000. And I was like, whatever. And I got it straight away because I'm a fucking genius.
What word did you say?
Quran.
Yeah.
You know it, baby.
Hell
Represent.
Yeah. Represent the boys.
Yeah, and then this person pretending to be this girl I used to know was trying to trick me, and I didn't let him.
No,
didn't let him. And I said, oh, send a voice message. And they were like, oh, no, it's not necessary. And I went, yep, I got him. Got him.
Gotcha there.
Gotcha. Yeah. But that's been pretty much me. Nothing. Oh, I did post
Instagram
a video or Instagram video reel
thing.
Whatever. Oh, is it a IGTV, I think. of a song of mine, well, a song of the band's called Time Away that I played in my backyard, and that got a lot of awesome positive response, which is great.
Hell yeah. Love to see it.
Probably not my best performance, if I'm honest.
No.
No, I don't think it was. I think I probably could have done better. That was the first take, though.
I love you to bits. It wasn't bad by any means. It was really good.
Yeah.
But I agree. It wasn't like the best performance.
Yeah, I could have done better. But that's okay.
Just for...
I felt like being maybe a little bit more authentic with it. Just sitting down, playing something without it being too pedicured. And
yeah. I like the end when you're like, oh, fuck, there's ants on my feet.
Yeah.
Did you leave that in or did you cut that out at the end?
I left it in.
Nice.
Yeah. I couldn't be asked cutting it out, so I just thought, fuck it, why not?
Fair enough.
But that's pretty much us. Let's get into the first segment.
Hell yeah.
This week on the radio.
We're back with...
This week on the radio. And it is actually this week
It's
on
actually
the radio.
this week on the radio.
It is actually this week.
We haven't had one of these in a little while.
Yeah.
Because normally for this week on the radio, we go, oh, this was released last week, but we're going to count it anyway. Because it's kind of... This is actually this week on the radio for both of these songs.
Currently, when we're filming this.
Oh,
this
no,
week.
no, that's when it...
Yeah, that's when it matters.
That's when it matters.
We can't get songs from the
filming
future.
it, we can't get songs from the future.
Exactly.
So when we're filming it,
on April
is
1st.
when it counts. If it's like, oh, this song was released 2 weeks ago, but that's when you're watching it, you're an idiot.
I mean, people could be watching it 5 years in the future.
L.
Could be watching it 5 years in the future. It's not going to be this week on the radio.
It's this week currently on the radio.
Currently, as of Friday, 1st of April at 11:20, it is this week on the radio.
Yeah. I realized, Jordan, because sometimes I listen to the episodes just to kind of like take notes and see what I can do better.
Yeah.
And the biggest note is obviously to stop interrupting you, which I do a lot.
Yes.
Especially in the last episode with Haley.
I in the last episode, if you've seen it, I slapped Riley. That came off as a good bit, but I told him this. I was genuinely pissed. Like it actually made me mad.
But also every single time we do a not this week on the radio or this week on the radio, I think I go first. So I want you to go first this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never really noticed, but bet.
I've always noticed that I
All right.
I go first, and I'm sick of that.
I will take.
I'm not going on my phone. I'm looking at the song.
All right. I'll get it.
Getting the Spotify up.
Riley just pulls up his song. Anyway, so this is my song.
Anyway, this is Too Drunk to Know by Planet Waves. Oh, we should be going in. Actually, this is a little side note. We should be going into the studio soon to do the next one.
Hell yeah.
I'm not going to tell you what the name of it is. I might have already done it, but I'm not going to tell you right now because I don't feel like it. Okay.
I don't know if you have or not. Anyway, so 5 Seconds of Summer has started releasing for their next album, which is very exciting.
Nice.
And they released a song today, which they didn't actually announce. They were just like, oh, by the way, single's out.
Oh, okay,
Go
cool.
check it. I think they announced it like 24 hours prior.
Nice.
But American, Australian times, I like checked and it was already out. And I'm like, sick. So this... Oh, well, technically I listened to it today because I listened to it at like 1:30 this morning. But... Today on the radio, this is Take My Hand by 5 Seconds of Summer.
Hell yeah, get keen. All right. So before I say anything, I'm gonna have a drink. What are your thoughts on that song? Obviously, you like it, right? Because you brought it here.
Yeah, I like it. It's a bit more like chill, laid back, I guess. Like it's not super like upbeat. Like it doesn't.
Yeah.
It builds.
Yeah,
but it kind of stays around the same like dynamic range, I guess.
That's what I was gonna say. Like I really do like the song. I think it's cool. It feels like to me like an awakening song, or like a, you know, like you're thinking about something, or something's happening in your life, and like this is like the peak, and like, oh my god, you know, the push of the start of something new to me.
Definitely.
I felt like it was a good build up, because I felt like it started kind of, you know, slow, or not slow, like What?
Sorry, I love how you were like, what are your thoughts? And I gave like one thing and you're like, yeah, like I thought the same thing. And like, it's funny.
Anyway,
sorry, continue. No.
It kind of starts a bit low. The drums kind of stay the same throughout the same thing,
like
which is fine.
Kind of thing, yeah.
And then it kind of builds up, but I like it. I was kind of looking for that big kind of explosion at the end.
Yeah, that would have been sick.
We didn't really get that, did we?
No.
I know it was a good song, but I feel like it really would have benefited from that kind of
like big,
because it was kind of a lot of the or it's not the beat, but you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, it kind of had like the backbeat and like an occasional like.
I would have really enjoyed some like crash on drums and like
that would have been sick.
Going a bit ham at the end, but
yeah, like the 2011 build up at the end's fucking.
2011
awesome.
is a great song. Go listen to that song. Actually,
100%. 2011's a banger. Did I do this week on the radio with that?
I don't think you did. You might have.
Like
I don't remember, but that's a great song. I really like it.
Really good song.
Yeah, it's definitely. You've put it on our night drives playlist.
Yeah. This one or a 2011.
2011's always been on there. I think that was on there since the beginning of that playlist. But this one's on there now, right?
Yeah.
But that's a great song.
Yeah.
And let's get into my one. This one. Now.
Oh, sorry. One more quick thing.
Go for it.
They've been explaining in like interviews and stuff their new albums, kind of like that awakening thing that you were explaining. Like they've had like obviously their different eras and shit, but this one's kind of like they're older now and it's like a more like self-awakening kind of like. Yeah. Self-realization of it, which if you like listen to the lyrics is kind of like, oh yeah, because it's like shut my eyes at 17 and then the second verse is like open them at 23 or something.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, yo, shit's deep.
Well, that's because I mentioned that before I knew that.
Yeah.
Jordan didn't tell me that before the recording or anything like that.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've heard of it.
Yeah.
And the fact that you can kind of convey that through music
without having to
without having to like tell them directly shows like masterful songwriting. And obviously they've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
That's a really good thing to have under your belt.
I really admire them as songwriters. Like they've I
mean, so do I. Like they're not they have a few songs probably in their mid kind of area where they're a lot poppier.
Yeah.
That I'm not like the biggest fan of, but their early stuff I really like, and their kind of later stuff that you've been showing me I really like too.
Yeah.
And like they're probably one of my favorite bands that you've shown me, other than the Water Parks.
Water Parks slaps.
Water Parks, like I actually just love Water Parks. They're so good.
I don't think I mentioned this on the episode last time, but I mentioned it at Haley's. There was a song that I added to the playlist that was by Water Parks. It's called War Crimes. Go check it out. It's a banger. I remember showing you that in the unit that I lived in like 2020.
Yeah.
And I showed you that and you were like, oh yeah, it's cool. It's not really my thing though. Like,
Yeah.
And then in the car, I played it and you were like, this shit goes so fucking hard, bro. Yeah. This is sick. And I was like, nice. He's come around.
Yeah, because that's it's just the evolution of my kind of style.
Yeah, definitely.
And the stuff I listen to, because I used to listen to like a lot of violent Soho probably back then. Maybe still even a little bit of metal.
Yeah, I think it was before you even listened to like Dear Seattle and shit.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
And it's kind of like I don't know, I've just my kind of outlook on a lot of like rap and genre and pop and stuff like that has changed. And a lot of genres, like a lot of stuff Dad would show me in the car for like 10 years or 8 years or whatever. I didn't like back then, but then he'll play it at home now on like the record player he's got, and I'll be like, this is sick. You
just come to appreciate music a bit more.
That's it. Well, this is my song. This one is by a band called Teen Jesus and the Gene Teasers.
I saw that on your phone. I'm like, hell.
And I've been really, really into this band. They're an all girl band, which we love. We love to represent the women on
girl
this podcast.
That shit. Hell yeah.
Amazing.
Hell yeah.
Was it yesterday or the day before? Oh, yesterday. It would have been yesterday. They did a song. They did a show with Dear Seattle, our collective favorite band.
Hell yes.
And the band that got this kind of genre started for me, Violent Soho. They did a show with them in Sydney, and fuck, I wish we did the Sydney cast then.
Oh, bro.
God, I wish we did the Sydney cast.
Fuck.
Oh my God.
That would have been crazy. Good addition to the vlog that I still haven't put out. Sorry.
Oh yeah, fuck. But that's fine, whatever. This song is called Girl Sports. So, from my understanding, it's kind of about like not giving a fuck about like how men are like toxic and like telling you, oh, you should stick to girl sports, or you're pretty good for a girl band and stuff like that, and just be like, fuck you, we're just a band, or we want to be, you know, ourselves, and great. And I think it's a fucking banger with a really great message.
Yeah, 100%.
And there's also, I just want a little side note, there's also another song I was going to do for this before the song came out called Alone Again by Bugs, off their new album called Cooties, which is a great album, by the way. Ew, Cooties. This song came out and I just went, fuck it, like, this song's so good that I have to play it. Anyway, I'm going to play it now.
Go.
This time, I'm not asking, I'm just telling you, fuck. Maybe you should try sticking to girl sports, and I would like it better if you didn't talk. Don't get me wrong, you're pretty good for a girl band. It's kinda complicated, you won't understand.
Right. What are your thoughts on that, my friend?
I have a few thoughts. So, the reason I love this song so much is that it feels like pure, raw fucking anger.
Yeah.
Rightly so, because it's about a topic that's very important and very...
Definitely.
People should be angry about. People will be like, oh, you're a girl, so you should do this, or you're pretty good for a girl band, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? I love it. I think it's sick. I think I even like this better than their most popular one, which is called Yeah, it's actually called that. I love it. Nice, but yeah, I fucking love this song. I love kind of how real it is, and it doesn't. You know, I wouldn't have minded if they did a solo in it, right? If there was a bit of a guitar solo. But cool. At the same time, I kind of get how they might have left that out, because it's kind of just a message rather than a song.
Yeah,
to me,
definitely.
I think. And something else I've noticed recently is that maybe a long time ago when I was a lot more like ignorant, but I didn't listen to a lot of girl bands, I guess you could say, or
girl bands,
or bands with girls as the lead singers.
Yeah,
and I kind of. I think I might have said once, which was so fucking stupid of me, that I kind of just liked how males sounded more, right? As vocalists, right?
Yeah.
Just stupid shit.
Yeah.
Would like to quickly say, probably the dumbest thing I've ever said.
Yeah.
Because I found myself listening to female artists more than ever. Yeah. And I enjoy them a lot more.
Yeah.
Like, I'll go through a few, like Stella Donnelly is a great one. With a lot of really like raw and important fucking messages in her songs. Ruby Fields, probably one of Australia's greatest songwriters right now. Yeah, won an ARIA. I think she won an ARIA. Did she win an ARIA? Anyway, she
should have won an ARIA.
She was the number one album at one point for a most recent album. This band, a band that Nathan and I love so much, called Wax. Mm-hmm. They're an amazing band. Spacey Jane, you know, they've got a female bassist, and she's amazing. I think actually, real quick side note, that the bassist of Spacey Jane actually makes a lot of the songs. Like,
actually,
no, it doesn't make the songs. Sorry, makes the songs. Like,
like
gives it that backbone that like really makes Spacey Jane stand out.
Yeah,
and I think that's one of the reasons why they're so amazing. And I think, I don't know, I've been listening to so many more female artists.
Yeah, definitely. They've
just sick.
Clutch up, dude. I think there's a lot
and
more.
And Paramore too. We've been listening to Paramore loads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Paramore's great.
Paramore's freaking awesome. Holy shit.
Like, listen to female artists. Yeah, man.
I think there's a lot more like female bands like Teen Jesus and the Gene Teasers.
Teenage Jones, by the way. Sorry, that's another one.
Cool. No, I think there's a lot more like emerging artists that do the same kind of thing that these guys are doing, which is like showing the world that like females can do it too, dude. Like,
exactly. But they've always been able to do it.
Yeah, of course they've always been able to do it, but they're like making a point to like prove that they can, and like, hey, like, shut the fuck up, we're cool too. Like, we can do this as well.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I just think, I mean, it's just a great idea for a song. Girl
awesome.
Sports, like,
awesome.
Just like having that kind of, would I say metaphor of, or like not play on words. Anyway, you get what I mean, of just like comparing like, oh, you should play girl sports because that you're a girl and you shouldn't be able to play rugby or whatever that, to music as well. Like, oh, pretty good for a girl band.
Yeah.
Like the Teen G's is better than a lot of your male bands, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
So I love this song. I think it's great, and I think it's a fucking awesome message too.
Like just stepping back from the message for a second, just looking at the song, I love how it fucking like, it's like real high energy, and then in like the second chorus it like drops.
Yeah.
And then like builds back up, and then just like absolute at the end just smashes you in the face. It's sick.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Definitely.
And the riff. Oh bro, the riff.
Yeah. They're also signed to my dream record label, which is Domestic Lala.
Hell yeah.
Who have previously signed Vance Soho, but at the moment have Losers, which is a great band.
Nice.
The Terrys, which is an amazing band who actually inspired Do Not Know. I think I've said this on the podcast before.
Yeah.
And Dear Seattle, and these guys.
Yeah.
And others, but I don't listen to them.
Yeah, like Charlie Puth's on there as well.
Yeah. Oh, Kanye, I think.
Like Lauv,
Madonna.
Yeah,
pretty sure. But no, awesome song. Listen to female artists. Do it now. You cunt.
Pause the podcast and go listen to a female artist.
Yeah, I don't care if it's Doja Cat or actually one more thing. Sorry, one more thing. I was on the way home the other day.
Yeah.
Listening to Triple J. Mm-hmm. And a female artist came on by the name of Tones and I.
Oh, gosh. And?
Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe I'm fucking saying this. Tones and I has a pretty good song.
Which one?
It's her most recent one.
There's a most recent?
My Eyes Only or something like that. I don't remember the title. But I was listening to it and I was like, oh, this is going to be shit. And she does a little bit of her like weird voice. Dance for me, dance for me. But it's not overbearing.
Okay.
And she does actually a bit of like vocals that isn't that. I really like that song. I'll play it for you after.
Yeah, please.
It's a great song. Right. So yeah, listen to female artists. They're amazing.
Into it with an open mind.
All right, next segment.
So Riley thought of a segment before.
I did.
And he was like, the way he said it to me was, Jordan, I think I've come up with the best podcast segment I have ever come up with and ever will come up with.
Cue the dramatic music, by the way, because this is gonna blow your fucking socks off. So,
you got to explain it pretty well now.
I do. At work recently, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts.
As you do,
right? Because a podcast normally goes for 45 minutes, an hour, and if I listen to like 8 podcasts in a day, day's over.
That's your shift.
There we go. So, one podcast I've been listening to especially a lot, like more than any other one, is the Hamish and Andy podcast.
Really?
Right?
I totally didn't know this prior to this episode.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Yeah, cool, you just ruined it, but whatever. So, Hamish and Andy, I watched them growing up. I loved them. Probably my favorite TV show was The Gap Year.
Nice.
Kind of the South American Gap Year, I think.
Yep.
Amazing. They've got a podcast, and on this podcast, they have a segment called Special Skills, where they get people in and they have special skills that aren't that special. It's like, oh, I can tell the difference between Pepsi and Coke and whatever like that. Like silly stuff, right? So it got me thinking, how could I get involved, right? I want to get involved.
Yeah.
I want to get in the scene.
Get a bit of slice of the cake, you know?
But then I thought, why just me? Why don't I bring my best mate Jordan into this, right? And why would we just do it by ourselves? Why wouldn't we do it on the podcast? And why wouldn't we make it a reoccurring segment, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the newest segment of the Two Mates podcast. This is Hijacked. So,
hell yeah.
What we're going to do is in the next episode, we're going to kind of mock up an email. Right, not mock up, but write up an email, maybe an audio message of us.
Yep.
Right.
Saying, in a way,
applying. Yep. There we go. Perfect word. Of us saying, Hamish and Andy, we think our special skill is podcasting, and we think we can do a better podcast than you. And we're going to hijack the Hamish and Andy podcast, two icons of the scene. We're going to hijack their podcast. If they fly us out to where, like Melbourne or Sydney, wherever, I think it's Sydney. They fly us out to Sydney, they fly us out to Sydney, and we'll just, I don't know, I'll take a day off. I'll take a sickie. That's whatever. Yeah, right?
100%.
Whatever. We're going to go, and we're going to record a podcast there. This is my idea. So we're going to pitch it to them, go, hey, so we think if we went there, record a podcast, and then you're like, because they have like it's Hamish and Andy podcast, but they have like a producer /
manager?
Wouldn't call it, no, not manager. Like
they probably would have a manager.
They do, but not on the podcast.
Yeah.
Anyway, his name's Jack Post.
Okay.
We're going to get Mr. Jack Post, to review both podcasts.
Okay.
Right. And I'm confident that we can do a better podcast than Hamish and Andy. And then from there, we'll get the recognition. They'll say our name multiple times, the Two Mates podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And then growth.
Growth, ladies and gentlemen.
Growth.
Maybe then we can actually get paid for our work.
There we go.
Yo.
There we go. And then we'll keep
Mad
going.
place.
And that got me thinking, like, that's such a good idea. Why don't we do this regularly? There's multiple podcasts that I listen to that have listener input and like segments where they get listeners to forward something, a message, a voice message, or email. Mm-hmm. We can do that and spread our name throughout the Australian podcast scene and then international podcast scene, and then there we go.
It's
and then
genius.
they'll come to our podcast and they'll go from episode. Well, we'll tell them to go from the most recent episodes and then go back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Because we've gotten better.
Oh, way better. Yeah.
But and growth.
Exponential growth.
Hijacked.
It's an ingenious.
Boom.
Ingenious.
Vine sound effect. Boom.
Right there.
Another one right. Boom. One more. Boom.
Nice.
There we go. That's the segment. What are your thoughts, Jordan?
I think it's brilliant. It's
foolproof. It's foolproof. There's zero way that this couldn't work, because they get excited about people who can, like,
throw balls close to the roof. And
well, that's an actual one.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, I can guess how long it takes for me to ride my bike from Harvey Bay to anywhere in Australia. That's another one I listened to today. Right? If we send in, hey, we think we have a better podcast than you, they can't turn us down.
They're going to be like,
we can't turn it down.
Prove it then.
We can't. Prove it. And we'll go, okay, get us on. We'll record a whole episode of the podcast. We'll put on ours. Mm-hmm. We'll send it. We'll show it to Mr. Jack Post. Right? Use your fucking noggins, ladies and gentlemen.
guys.
Use it.
Guys.
Use that fucking noggin.
Hey.
All right, I'm dark now.
Really quick. Just think. Just think for me.
1
really quick.
second.
Just 1 second. Just think.
One.
Take a moment. Think.
One.
You heard it. One.
There you go.
Just a second.
And this is going to be the start.
Hey, no.
The start of a new era of the Two Mates podcast. And there we go.
This is our fame era.
This is our legacy era.
Hell yeah. So this is a segment that we haven't done for 11 episodes now.
Yep.
Wait, 11? No, 9.
9.
Other side of 10.
Yeah.
Almost 10 episodes ago with Louis on episode 12, and we just haven't done it since. I don't know why.
And I feel like we can do it better this time.
Yeah, obviously because Louis is not here. So it's gonna be way better.
Actually, that is probably our best podcast episode.
This up.
Louis, if you're listening to this, which you're not, that's probably our best, like the one I've got the most compliments on, because it's just fucking
It's
hilarious.
Just funny, dude.
And he is hilarious.
He's jokes.
Come back on the podcast, Louis.
Please,
we love you, man.
come back.
So we're just going to give relationship advice for people on Reddit.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Because, that's where they need the most.
First one. I didn't even have to look. Scared of staying with boyfriend because of his lifestyle. Right?
There's two ways you could advise that.
Yep.
You could say if you don't like his lifestyle, depending on what it is, like if it's really intense, like drugs and like all that shit, maybe just leave.
Yep.
Find someone better. Or if it's something like less intense, just sit down and talk to him and be like, look, you're in a relationship, you can open communication. Just be like, hey, I don't like when you like do these things. It makes me uncomfortable. Like, what's the word? Compromise.
Yeah, compromise.
Compromise.
So, yeah, like you you need to really, because it doesn't give that much context, but you really need to fine tune or find exactly what you're talking about. So if let's say he's a snowboarder and his lifestyle is he's leaving all the time to go to the slopes.
Yeah.
And he's, he gets injured a lot because he's doing big fucking jumps.
Like a freaking legend.
Yep. That's something that he loves to do. Or boyfriend. Yeah, I'm a dumbass. That's something he loves to do.
Yeah.
And is passionate about. And although his lifestyle scares you, and you're scared of staying with him because you might get hurt by him, like he will get really badly hurt or hopefully not die. You know?
Yeah.
But that's something you need to talk about. If he's doing drugs and alcohol, well, I do alcohol, but if he's doing drugs and abusing alcohol, then like you need to really
just reevaluate the situation.
Reevaluate the situation. Yes, but just do you right? The most important person in this world, and this goes for everyone, not even relationship advice, the most important person in this world is you. Full stop. So just, if it's not making you happy and you're worried about this and it's on your mind constantly, then I would just say either talk to him about it, and if he isn't cooperating, book it.
Out the door.
Book it.
See that door? Out of it.
That one over there?
Out that way.
Out of it.
Right there. But like, yeah, like if you, like, okay, with like the drugs and the abuse of alcohol thing, let's just assume that it's that situation for a sec.
Yep.
Like, in some circumstances, your partner could be approachable and like you could talk about that very openly.
Yep.
If he's not that, I guess that kind of goes with everything. Like if they're not open to discussion and communication in a relationship, what kind of relationship is it?
I guess the overarching point that we're trying to make is have the conversation.
Yeah, talk.
Because he could be doing drugs for like multiple reasons. He could be doing drugs because he's had a troubled past, and that's something that helps him escape from that.
Yeah.
He could be doing drugs because he just likes how it feels and doesn't give a fuck. And both of those are contrasting to each other. One is more personal, one's more just I like to have fun.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of the thing. You need to have that conversation.
Yeah, exactly. And if he's not willing to change and you don't like that,
then you're better off without him.
Exactly. Find someone who accommodates your needs.
That's it.
Right, my turn.
Okay.
Give me the phone.
Find one, brother.
Straight up. This is a very easy one to give advice on.
Okay.
My girlfriend slept with a friend of mine. What should I do?
Leave.
Break up.
There is no... Look.
There is no circumstance.
If it was love, it wouldn't have happened.
Exactly. There's no circumstance where cheating is okay or valid or justifiable in any way.
Nope. Not
Absolutely
a single circumstance.
Not in any way. Absolutely not. If they cheat, that's it. Done. That's how it should be.
If they cheat, you skeet. You know what I mean?
That's actually a good one.
Yeah, thanks.
Nice.
Cheers, man. Yeah, like that's it.
Like I said,
that's
really
all there is to it.
on.
Like there's no, but I still love her and I think we have a connection. There isn't a connection if she's cheating on you.
Exactly.
That's
yes,
it.
You could still love her.
Right?
Doesn't mean that you should use that as an excuse to justify her going and literally sleeping with your friend of all people. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry, I'm looking for the next one, but
you're fine.
I've got a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Today is my 27th birthday, but my boyfriend didn't really start the day with anything special. Now, again, there are multiple ways you can look at this.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Does he have anything going on in his life, What if a loved one's passed the week before? It's hard to be happy and joyful for someone else.
Exactly.
You're grieving still, right? We don't know the context, but you're still in that state of mind. If nothing's happened, he's just working, it's just normal day-to-day life, then, it depends how long you've been together, right?
Yeah. I mean, still, like if you're dating someone, even if it is early on, I think you should appreciate their birthday a little bit at least.
No, but he didn't, the thing says, didn't start with anything special.
Yeah.
Right? Which, like, did he get you a gift?
Yeah. What I'm thinking is, obviously it doesn't say that it's probably been like months even, 7 hours ago, was it?
A day ago?
A day ago.
Nice.
See, like, we don't know how the rest of the day went. That's how it started. So what I'm thinking, like, benefit of the doubt in some way. Maybe he's got something freaking huge planned at the end of the day.
Oh, there
like
you go.
A surprise party or something.
We
don't know how it ended because obviously they didn't give us that context, and that's fine. But you never know what's going on in the background.
Exactly.
So
yeah,
you know, but if he is just a shit person and didn't appreciate
at the same time, like, you know, some people show love differently. You know, like I am.
Just bully me.
I'm not a person who really praises someone on their birthday. I'll give them a present. I'll go, happy birthday, man. Hope you have a great day.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to, you know, lose an arm and a leg to make the day about them. Like, you know, you've got your really close ones. I guess that would mean a relationship.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, it's not... Doesn't mean he's not in love with you anymore. It just means maybe he forgot.
Maybe. I feel like more often than not in situations like that where your partner doesn't do anything at the start of the day, usually like past situations on like Instagram and TikTok and shit means that they've got something bigger planned. Like, because a lot of the times if there's a surprise party planned, people just go about the day as if it was normal, like nothing's going on.
Yeah.
To like compensate for the massive surprise.
And that was only a day ago. We could... And also, 27 is not a number to be like super celebratory about.
Oh, yeah, no way.
Right?
It's like 27. What happens on your 27?
Exactly.
You turn 27.
I turned 19 this year and didn't... It was alright, I guess. But like, I had some people saying, happy birthday, man. But it's not like... It's not nothing crazy. When I turned 18, loads of people were like, oh my God, you can finally drink. Yeah, congrats. Yeah. It's a big milestone. But 19 is just like, oh...
Yeah. I feel like...
And that's okay.
With birthdays up until 21, there's a lot of milestones. Like 16... Like 15, you're halfway through your decade. That's a little bit, but not massive.
No, not really. 16, the big one.
You can have sexy time legally.
Ooh.
17, in Australia, at least you can get your P plates.
But that's not
a massive thing, but it's still something.
Yeah.
Which is cool. You can drive by yourself, I guess.
18, you're an adult.
18, you're an adult, literal adult. You can drink, you can do whatever. 19, nothing.
19's zero, and then it goes to 20, which is like, oh, you're in your 20s now.
Yeah, 21's the huge one 21's, for some reason.
That's because in America...
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you can drink.
Like 21st in America, I get, but in Australia, I don't know why it's such a big deal. It just is.
Neither do I.
You can just drink everywhere, I guess.
Exactly.
Is the milestone. Yeah.
Exactly. But, I don't know, still a thing. But don't be too mad at him. I don't think he's really being that much of a cunt.
Like, okay, if he went the whole day, from morning to night and didn't do a single thing, and just did not acknowledge your birthday at all. If he didn't even get you a gift, then that's a bit fucked. Yeah. But if he gets you a gift and says happy birthday, but he doesn't do anything special, then for 27, that doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I know it's your go, but I've found one that pisses me off. You can read it. It's that one right there where my thumb is.
All right.
It's just fucking stupid.
This one, right?
Yes.
I, a 21-year-old female, get the ick because my boyfriend, 24-year-old male, is bad at video games. We've been together since October.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
You get the ick because your boyfriend's bad at video games?
What?
Shut up.
Shut up. Just be quiet.
Just
stop speaking.
Sit down. Sit the fuck down.
Like, here's a thought. Here's a little thought, right? If you're good at video games, good for you. If your boyfriend's bad at video games, right?
Who cares?
No. Well, yeah. Well, maybe she cares. Maybe that's something that's important to her. That's a really cool bonding experience if you can teach him to be better. You can have that quality time of, hey, let's sit down and play Valorant and I'll teach you how to do this or something like that. Instead of just being like, oh, I get the ick because he is bad at video games. I don't know if this is satire, but if it isn't, like, that's stupid. Yeah. It's really dumb.
Seek help, please.
Yeah, seek help.
Like,
right.
There's...
It's your go.
Like, sometimes people... Oh, it's your go. I just read that one. One last point on that one. Like, like, playing video games is just most of the time for fun. Like...
Yeah.
There's a lot of video games I'm nowhere near good at.
I'm terrible at video games.
Yeah, and I just play them because it's fun. Like,
yeah,
it's just enjoyable to escape things sometimes and just like chill and just
that's it.
Focus on something else. Rather than your like obliquely traumatic past. Like
that's it.
I don't know.
And maybe he's happy and doesn't need to be good at video games.
Exactly.
There you go.
Here we fucking go.
Yeah, this one's stupid. I can't stop cheating when I get upset with my boyfriend. Doesn't really matter about the ages. It's there, but it doesn't matter. So,
again, shut up.
Yeah, shut up. But on face value, it seems like, what the fuck's wrong with you, right? But from the way it's worded, I can't stop cheating when I get upset with my boyfriend, right? This could be a thing that's like deeply ingrained. You know, maybe they had a bad upbringing, maybe, or not bad, but maybe they had a different upbringing of that was something that happened, right, with her parents. So my advice to you is if you're upset with your boyfriend, right, and you're cheating on him because of that, it kind of sounds like you're using that as an excuse so that if you get caught, you can go, oh, I was upset with you for this. But it doesn't sound like you're fully into it, which isn't good. You know, I feel like the right thing to do, and this was only 11 hours ago, by the way, but nice. The right thing to do is just leave it. Just leave. It doesn't sound like you're that happy, because when you get upset with him, your first thought is to cheat. You've obviously got a guy or a few guys. I don't want to say a few guys, but maybe a guy that you're going to. And to me, that sounds like you're comfortable because this is like a lifestyle or with your boyfriend, it's a lifestyle that you're comfortable with. You're in a good spot, but this is going to fuck him up when he finds out. And I promise you, he will. Somehow, some way.
Absolutely. The truth always comes out.
Yeah, exactly.
Back to your thing that you mentioned about like troubled upbringing or something. Controversial opinion alert. Here we go, everyone. Fucking George.
Just found a good
George
one.
coming in with the controversial opinions. You ready, Riley?
Yep.
I genuinely think, people, it's been so normalized in today's society to use past issues and like troubles and shit to justify shitty present actions.
Yep.
And that's a perfect example of it. Like, obviously that's not, they haven't said that, but like if it is what Riley said and they've had a shitty like past or a shitty upbringing or something happened with their parents, it's been so freaking normalized in today's society to use that shit to justify doing something shitty like this.
Also, it's been normalized of like just cheating in general.
Oh yeah,
right?
And it's so trash.
Like I see all the time on fucking meme pages, it's like, when you're with your side hoe and your bae finds out or some shit like that. It's like, that doesn't actually happen. But then people watch it and go, oh, well, cheating's more normal than I thought.
Yeah.
I'm going to go cheat on my boyfriend or girlfriend now.
Yeah.
Right? And that's fucked up. So just be honest. Always be honest.
Yeah.
This is the last one, I think.
Okay.
And this is going to be a quick one. I'm going to read this.
Is it that one?
This one right here.
I read that before, yeah.
I cheated on my wife with a man and may have given her an STD. Help. Okay, this is a quick one. There isn't much to talk about. Honesty. You're putting someone who you might not be in love with anymore, or maybe still in love with, maybe it's a difficult situation, who knows, in danger. In actual danger of being sick, or it depends what STD, I don't know. In actual danger. Don't be like, oh, I might ruin our relationship. It doesn't matter if she gets ill or dies. Yeah, you're ruining a lot more than that. You're ruining other people's lives.
Yeah. And some STDs aren't fatal, but they are lifelong, and it's like a whole.
And that's a whole thing. Imagine, it sounds like you've cheated on her with another man. That's
fine.
Well, it's not.
Well,
fine.
It's not fine, but
with the man thing's fine, but cheating's not. And if that's the way you want to go now, good. That's okay.
Yeah.
But if she's stuck with a lifelong STD, and then her husband has just said, oh, I'm gay, I'm not into you anymore, you've just fucked her over so bad for doing nothing wrong.
She's in the gutter because of you and your dishonesty.
And your selfish shit.
Yeah.
So just as soon as you can, sit her down, tell her what happened. She's not going to be happy at all, but that's what you got to do. Yeah. You got to bite that bullet because you've made a mistake. Yeah. You fucked up.
You get to face the consequences.
Exactly. There you go.
That's it.
Yep.
Very simple answer.
Yeah.
You're welcome for the help, by the way.
None of these people are going to see this.
Yeah. Honestly, I hope they do, because I think we just gave some banging advice.
Positive vibes.
Positive vibes.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
going to have to gain that down so much.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. All right, Will Smith. What a fucking doofus.
Dude.
What a bozo.
He's fucked up.
What a fucking bozo.
And it's not like enough people have talked about this. So
look, I'm not even gonna give context because you know. You've seen it. You know what happened.
What are you living under a rock?
I just want to give I think we should give our thoughts on the situation.
It's worth it.
Right?
100%.
I want to give the Two Mates Little Man Award. I don't want to call him a little man.
He is a little man.
Yeah, but not. I don't want to call Chris Rock a little man. I want to give Chris Rock the official Two Mates Award for being a fucking king. Right?
Oh, absolutely, dude.
Right? Because
100%.
I was watching a video earlier, actually, like half an hour ago before we started recording this podcast. About a previous interview he had where he said he doesn't have Asperger's, but he has something kind of similar that he doesn't understand social cues as well.
Chris Rock?
Yep.
Okay.
So you can see in the video here, like he leans forward with his hands behind his back, right? And it kind of like at first I was like, why the fuck did he do that? That's so silly. But after watching that video, it's like, oh, that's maybe he just didn't understand that Will was going to come up and slap him like a child, like a child. But you know, big props to Chris Rock. I would have made so many jokes after that. Like, oh, you want me to keep your wife's name out of my mouth? You should keep your wife out of other people's mouths because that's all she does. You know, have sex with other people. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you get what you're saying.
You know, Will Smith tries to pull his wife's hair during sex, but it doesn't work because she doesn't have any.
G.I. Jane 2.
G.I. Jane.
See it.
Yeah. Keen to see it.
I saw a video as well, like a little bit ago, like a couple days maybe, about it. And he was saying, like, there's two ends to it. Like, Will Smith standing up for his family, that's great, whatever. And then Chris Rock, obviously, it was just a joke.
But standing up... Sorry,
like,
keep going.
Yeah, like standing up for your family, that's great, but he could have done it in like a way better way.
Yeah.
Like Chris Rock was just making a joke, and like it's not something that the family's very open about either, her having that illness.
Yeah, well she's open about having it.
Yeah.
But I guess she's not open about taking jokes, but standing my big thing is sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, keep going.
Every time, Brett. No, you're fine. Like it's not like super out there. Like my point being, like her having that illness, she's open about it, but it's not super out there.
It kind of is. She is a pretty big spokesperson for it.
Oh, okay.
Neither of us follow her on Instagram or follow her like anything to do with her at all. Yeah. She's a pretty a big spokesperson about that, to be honest.
Well, anyway, like there is a chance that Chris Rock may not have realized that she had that illness, or like that wasn't his intention behind the joke. Obviously, that's how it came across, but it wasn't his intention, maybe. And like in the video, Will Smith was laughing at the joke, and then there's like a maybe 7-second cut back to just Chris Rock on stage,
and then Will
walks up, which everyone I think reckons that like Jada looks so unimpressed.
Jada gives him a look, and then
Will Smith's like, "Oh
in
shit!"
In that 7 seconds, he goes, "Oh, all
right,
I don't want to. I don't want her to have sex with another man."
Yeah.
Right? Tupac's dead, but there's a lot of rappers out right now. You know? Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But here's my thing. Number one, I know you said standing up for your family. Standing up for your family. Family. Standing up for what, though? Like, surely that stuff earlier about Jada and Will, like, you know, seeing other people, they're in an open relationship. Surely that would have fucked the family up more than Chris Rock making a G.I. Jane joke.
Yeah.
Number two, I do want to say this. It was a really bad joke.
It wasn't horrible, I don't think. But it wasn't like...
It wasn't funny because the Oscars are such a prestigious event and everyone's so important there. So they need to clear everything before people say it. So Chris Rock would have said that to the Oscars. Or maybe they made that joke for him.
Yeah.
Or maybe they pitched it to him or something like that. And it would have given the green light.
Yeah,
you know? Right?
Like,
But
they can't just get comedians to go up and just say whatever the fuck they want on stage.
Exactly.
Because then it'll just turn into a shit show.
But just wasn't funny. He's a
Wasn't
funny dude. He's a great comedian.
Absolutely.
Just wasn't a good joke
Yeah.
because the Oscar writers just don't have comedic anything.
Yeah.
Just anything.
Yeah.
Something that also really pissed me off about this whole thing was like Will got his Oscar 20 minutes later. And he got a standing ovation for it and was crying on stage like,
Yeah.
oh, man, this is such a big opportunity. Thank
Yeah.
you. King Richard, which is what the movie was about, is about standing up for your family, whatever.
I saw that.
I just feel Hollywood's so fucking fake. And I feel like everyone feels that too.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
it's becoming more and more obvious, honestly.
yeah.
It's just like, yeah. But back to your point at the start of, what was it? Oh, how Chris Rock handled it.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Absolute legend. He
King.
didn't fight back. He kept his cool.
And then he said, bro, it was a G.I. Jane joke.
Yeah.
A not funny one.
Not funny one.
Yeah.
But like, it was a G.I. Jane joke.
Yep.
But he kept his cool. And like, Will Smith was like yelling at him from the crowd, which was really loud, by the way, because it was a dead quiet room, which would have made it better. But like, the mics picked it up. Very
Easily.
clearly.
Yeah, he wasn't mic'd or
Yeah,
anything.
so
like,
it was like very loud.
yeah, so
And oh, dude, like the way he handled it's just so good because
legit, man.
like he didn't fight back. He just took the slap.
Yeah.
And like, the video that I watched, it was saying like, like it was a bit of a bit, but he was like, Will Smith looks a bit off balanced because like he slapped him, and then he stumbled a little bit.
Yeah.
And then he walked back. And
I
he was
think
like,
he could have had some drinks before. Maybe,
oh yeah,
you
but
know?
he was like, dude, if you're gonna make the effort to go walk up on stage, publicly humiliating someone by slapping them across the face on live national television, like, at least don't stumble. Like, make it a good hit. Like, come on.
Yeah.
And dude, Chris Rock just took it and like kept it going. Just kept it. Just like he took a second and he was like, "Wow!" And then he just went, "The greatest night on national television." And that was a good way to just like cut it off. That's it. That happened. Cool. Let's keep moving.
One thing to take from this whole thing, which I saw this on another podcast, Luke and Lewis podcast. I'm going to mention it here because I don't fucking care.
Hell
is
yeah.
that I think there was an interview with Denzel Washington, and just before Will Smith went up to receive his Oscar, Denzel pulls him aside and says, "In our brightest moments is when the devil." I think it's like shines through, or not shines through, the devil strikes or something like that, which really goes to show that in any situation with any person in the world, Denzel Washington is still the coolest guy in the world.
Absolutely.
He's such a fucking legend.
He's so
he just
cool.
says the coolest shit from like just out of the blue.
Yeah.
Bro, come on. Like, how cool is that?
It's awesome. Just pulls someone aside,
like,
just says
the
that.
quote is cooler than what I said because I can't. You know, I've had a bit of vodka, but like
Nice.
it's just sick.
Yeah.
Right?
It's just awesome.
And the last thing, I don't think there's anything else to talk about. Everyone's already been through it. He did apologize, and it's probably like it's a good apology. It just feels fake,
Disingenuous,
right? Yeah, it was just text on a white screen saying, "Hey, I'm sorry to everyone. I'm sorry to the King Richard family. I'm sorry to the Williams family. Sorry. I'm sorry to Chris Rock. It was inappropriate of me." But like, you're just doing that because of the backlash,
Yeah,
and
literally.
you're just doing it because people are angry about it. I don't think he means it. I just think, I think he's sorry that he's under fire. I don't think he's sorry that he might get his Oscar taken off him.
Yeah, and he's not sorry for actually doing it.
Yeah, he's sorry that this has happened to him, so he's apologizing.
Yeah.
Right.
And like Chris Rock didn't press charges or anything, which I absolutely would have. Like if it was if it was more like there was more injury, like he slapped him and he like fell and hit the ground and hit his head hard.
Yep.
Or like concussions or like something came out of it, then yes, absolutely press charge. And I think he would have if that had happened.
Yeah.
Like it was just a slap across the face and then he just moved on with it.
I mean, you slapped me before and I'm going to press charges.
Oh, I've slapped you plenty of times. You could press charges like 4 times.
Yeah.
Just for this year.
I'd be taking a whole $20 from Jordan.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all the money you've got.
I've got more than that, but anyway.
No, I'm just kidding.
That's all I can
but
afford
yeah,
to
that's
give you.
pretty much about the Chris Rock situation.
Actually,
Fuck
I've slapped
you, Will Smith.
I've slapped you 3 times in the last 3 episodes.
True. Every episode. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll make it a weekly thing.
Yeah, the 2 of them were for a bit. The second one was just because I was pissed at you.
We're going to make it the Slap Season 2.
The Slap Season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Welcome
gonna
back
be
to the Slaps Mate podcast, guys.
Slaps Mate podcast. Anyway.
Anyway.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you
you.
so much for listening to this episode of the Two Mates podcast.
Like, literally, thank you so much.
Like
legit.
literally,
Like,
I'm
I'm actually
crying of how grateful I am.
I'm actually just so pleased that you've come along.
Legit.
We've tackled a lot of like good shit in this episode.
Yeah, relationship advice.
Relationship advice.
Hijacked is gonna
Chris
go
Rock.
off.
Hijacked
We need
is
to
gonna be
plan
lit.
this. We need to plan it.
Yep.
I'll plan it through the week, and then we'll
100%.
get it done.
100%. Couple Zoom calls.
Couple
Not
Zoom
really.
calls, just phone calls.
Just phone
Zoom calls are
Zoom
cringe.
Calls are so lame.
Yeah.
Discord's way better than Zoom.
Yeah, true. 100%.
Anyway, thank you for watching, man.
Also a banging this week on the radio. That's another one.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, so good.
Awesome. 100%.
Thank you so much for listening. One more thing. We're getting Clayton on the episode next week.
Oh, thanks for telling me.
April Fools, you fucking dickhead. See you, Clayton, you fucking loser.
Hell yeah.
Bye.